Lord. Good grief. Right, here we go. Do this every week. And it's like, why? Hey there. How are you? How are things? You weren't here last week where you weren't able to join. Can you hear me okay? Yes, last week was excellent. Can you see and hear me okay? That's good. Busy is good. Busy is very good. Are you getting out more? Yeah, I'm getting out more, but I'm telling you right now, I'm still wearing my mask because I know that there are people, you know how they say you don't have to wear it if you've been vaccinated? Great. You know how people are saying, at least here, that you don't have to wear your mask if you've been vaccinated? I don't trust these people who are not wearing their mask. You know, all those people have not been vaccinated. There's one of those people who don't want to wear, never wanted to wear it in the first place. So I'm still wearing mine. Oh, good. Where'd you guys go? That's good. You got to get out. That's good. We have to get out. I mean, it's been the last year has been crazy. Oh, crazy. Oh, my hair looks crazy, but whatever. I'll move it this one. Make sure to move it over this way. Oh, I'm good. This is it, honey. This will have to do. I don't know what this reflection thing on my light is. Weird. I think maybe that's better. Oh, sweet. I grew up, my dad was a huge jazz fan. And I mean, just huge. And I'm like, you know what? I love my dad. And I said, you know, when I get older, I will never listen to jazz. I'm like over it. And we listen to all kinds of music, but my dad loved jazz. So I'm like, ugh, I get older. No. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now you're familiar with the whole Monique thing and what she said, right? About bonnets and how she was going through an airport and she said she saw black women wear bonnets and pajamas and slippers. I have to admit, I've never seen that. I saw someone yesterday with a scarf. I'm like, come on, a raggedy scarf, but bonnets. I'm trying to think. I'll pay more attention now. Hey Taylor, yay, you're back. Tubby Taylor, say hello. Oh my gosh. Taylor was the star of our last live. She was kind enough to share some personal experiences with us. How are things, Taylor? You said you haven't made any contact. There's been no contact since last week. Yeah. Taylor, we were discussing the bonnet thing. That's what that, I think it's very ignorant came from. my throat is like that. Oh, good. That's good. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. It's just not worth it. It's a dead end. No, it saps your self-esteem and all of that. It's just not worth it. You're not getting anything out of it. Good. Has he tried to contact you or no? Yeah. See? Yeah. Well, now it's a lesson learned. No, you can't allow anybody to put you in that position to make you feel less than. Good, good. That's the only way you can get past it. That's the only way. Because either you're going to stop or it's going to keep going. I mean, those are the only two choices that you have, right? Yeah, he's not good for you, so cut him loose. And now that, and Tubby, Taylor is, I can't even speak. Like me, Taylor is widowed, and she's only been widowed for 2 years. And this was like the first relationship she had, like after her husband passed away. So that's what we're talking about. And he was not good for her. So she just cut him loose. Good job. No, he doesn't. No, and it's sad to say, but love is supposed to make you feel good, and it's supposed to be a two-way street. It's crushing when you like someone more than they like you. Everyone has been there. You know what that. Everyone knows what that feels like. But at least you have the strength to get out of it. It's just, it's not, I know it's been a year, but it shouldn't be that deep, especially since he said he wanted an open relationship. So let it go, let it go. He's gonna come around now. Now he'll want you back. Remember you said he was being inconsistent. Now he'll start coming back then. Yeah, but now that you've learned it, you'll be wiser in the future. But if you look back now, did you see like red flags in the beginning? Like you mentioned, he had like emotional issues. Because when you're like have a distance, Tubby, when you're in the middle of something, it's sometimes tough to see it when you're like kind of in the eye of the storm. But when when you're out of it and you sit back and reflect, it's easier to sort of pinpoint things that you should have known at the beginning, or things you missed, or things that you ignored. Why can't I speak today? My mouth is so dry. Live and learn, though. Live and learn. You know, it's tough coming out of a 20-year marriage. It really is. Yeah, there you go. And you wasted a year of your life with someone you knew from the very beginning was not going to fulfill you. I mean, you can say call him what you want, but you can't call him a liar. It's the now going forward, now that you're newly single and this was your first relationship in 20 years, I mean, I got to give him credit for being straight up honest. You cannot say he lied to you. It's the wolves in sheep's clothing. Those are the ones that you got to watch out for. Those are the ones that you know, the ones that try to manipulate, gaslight, all of those. The ones that will have you thinking one thing when it's another. Nope, you can't change anybody, girl. You can't do it. It's not possible. So Taylor, do you ever go out in your bonnet? Do you ever, like, first of all, do you wear bonnets? Do you ever go out like in slippers and pajamas, like to the store or anything else? Yeah, he was up front from the beginning. So there it is. You know, it's like Oprah used to say, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I mean, he didn't even have to show you, he told you. And you're like, oh, I know I can change him. He'll change his mind. Nope. So let it go. Don't you feel lighter? Don't you feel better though? Like a weight has been lifted off you. Not have to deal with the trauma and the heartache and all of that crap. Yeah, but Crocs are, I mean, they're ugly, but they're not, you know, they're not, it's not the same thing as a bonnet. You know, I don't want to, like, people, first of all, I'm not a person who says, you know, because I'm very much do your thing. That's what's wrong with the world. Live and let live. Somebody always has something negative to say, particularly about us. That's another thing I'm going to get into. But I mean, you have to be aware of how you show up in the world. But it's beyond that. It's just, it's looks like an old lady, but it's tacky. And the thing is, it's the message that it conveys. Girl, 17 pounds. Well, there you go. There you go. You know what I'm doing? I'm glad you mentioned. I'm gonna post it on the channel. This is like sidebar. I'm doing a 14-day no sugar challenge. I'm gonna post that. 14 days, no sugar. Yeah, you'll lose the weight. You'll lose it. You'll feel so much better. And then gaining the weight made you feel that much more like your self-esteem. He doesn't want me because I gained this weight, blah, blah, blah. It's like a vicious circle. And baby, if you want a bonnet and pajamas and slippers, you know. I never wanted. Yeah, I've never worn a bonnet. That's a cute little, I've never worn it. I wear a bonnet. Like if you guys watch my Get Ready With Me, and you guys should be watching those videos on my other channel, Pretty and Things. You see me with my red bonnet while I'm getting ready doing my makeup, right? But outdoors, it would never occur to me to wear a bonnet like outside, or pajamas or slippers. That's something that would never occur to me. I mean, so I had a lot of people, like Monique got a lot of flack for this. She got a lot of pushback, although she also got a lot of support. But, you know, some people said that she was trying to police Black women and all of this stuff, but yeah, don't do it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, police officers, I dated one, an Italian one, and just be careful with that, especially now. It's too soon. It's too soon. You need to learn how to like be by yourself for a while. It's too soon. And you know what? You're going to be carrying over all the stuff. I mean, because you just broke up with this guy like a week ago. And then you're going to need time to get through that. Plus you're a widow. I mean, you're a widow. I mean, you got to give yourself time to breathe. I don't know about dating a cop. I'm just saying, to each his own. I mean, he may be the greatest guy, but me personally, I would never date a cop again. And then especially these days, I would be afraid of, well, they can do things and get away with it. And that would be my thing. Yeah, take time. Just take some time, you know. It's not right now, even if this guy's the greatest guy in the world, you're not going to be able to have a great relationship. She was there. That's the kicker. But then she was at home, though. We're talking about Monique now. That's the kicker. I did say that. I did notice that. It's like, girl, you're saying this in a robe. But she was at home. Or maybe she was in a hotel. She was like in a hotel room. She wasn't like at the airport, you know, walking around. That's the point. So, I mean, I'm like, people, come on. She's not walking around in a robe or anything. To me, she was making a point that this is where it should be worn. And it should be worn like inside and stuff, in the bathroom or whatever. Good. Good. And if this cop is for you, he will wait. You have to take time to work on yourself, to lose the weight, get your self-esteem back, take some classes or something. Learn a new, start a new business, learn a new skill, whatever it is, something small. But Taylor, have you ever like gone out like in pajamas or slippers? Like that blows my mind. Like that would never occur to me. And for me, it's like, what about the image we are conveying as Black women? And that was her point. We are always looked down upon, always criticized, always ridicule. I can't even say it, ridicule. We are, no matter what we do, somebody always has something to say. And while I agree with her definitely on the bonnet thing, it's like, to me, it's like, oh, here we go. This is just one more thing. Why are we the only one who gets called out and stuff like this? We're not the only one who go out, looking crazy. Why are we the only one who gets called out though? Have you guys thought about that? Like, we are the only one. Good God. But the thing is, life is not fair. And somebody walking around I can't even speak. And why can't I speak today? My mouth is so dry. A woman walking around in a nightgown, a Black woman going to the store, whatever, in a nightgown. She could have a PhD, but she is going to be judged as someone who is, let's call it what it is, someone people think of as ghetto and all of that. She's going to be looked down upon. She really is. And, someone who's loud, you go in the store, they're talking on the cell phone with the speaker on, got them baby kids, you know what I mean? That's the impression that, that's the assumption people are going to make about her just based on how she's dressed. And let's be honest, oftentimes the people the women who do wear the bonnets and slippers and things like that, they do sort of fit that stereotype. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, it is what it is. I have been let me tell you, I was in my car putting away my groceries. And this woman was next to me. And she was talking so loud on her phone, like I could hear every word. She was cussing, blah, blah, blah. Now she was still in the car. That's how loud she was. In the car, cussing, talking about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, good Lord, if I can hear this and the door in her car is closed, I hope she stops before she gets out and goes to the store. She didn't. She went right in there, talking, cussing, like blah, 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 blah. Talking about some guy, cussing loud. If I could hear her in her car with the door closed, she went right in the store doing that. And it's like, that is the perception of Black women in this country, particularly if you, well, I mean, just, you know, particularly if you walk around in a bonnet. It's sad to say, I'm just tired of us being picked on for everything we do. Everything we do. But this is important, but this is reality. That's why it's important to, you know, embrace your femininity, you know, lose those 17 pounds. Go out looking good. And there's nothing wrong with Crocs, by the way. There's nothing wrong with Crocs. That's not, you know, there's nothing wrong with Crocs. But you have to like sort of hold yourself like to a certain standard. Because even Black folks look down on us. Isn't that a damn shame? We look down on us. And unfortunately, you know, some of us don't do us any favors. That's right. That's right. So you have to stand apart. And it sucks that you know, it sucks. But I mean, we don't, well, first of all, it's wonderful. I like looking good and taking time for myself, self-care and all that stuff. But it sucks that like we are always criticized. That's the thing. It's exhausting. And we get it like black men dog us out of all people. So it's not even white folks, it's our own people dogging us out. And then we have the judgment of other races too. They look at us, you know, and they look down at somebody like us. I mean, like that. And then there are all the images we see on the internet and on television. I mean, we never see positive images of Black people. I was thinking about that. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I saw a consistently positive like image or something of a Black person? I mean, it's really, they are few and far between. Yeah, they are. Do you date interracial at all? Oh yeah, you said you date white men too. You're like, man, you are a light girl. Taylor, your husband passed away like mine, your father passed away like mine, and you date white men exclusively, correct? Tubby, are you still there, girl? I think she bit the dust. Yeah, okay, yeah, you and I are very much alike. Except for the self-esteem thing you got to work on. Yeah, you and I are alike, and we really do have a lot in common. Where do you live? Oh, okay, there you are. I'm like, where is she? What happened to her? Yeah. And when you were dating this white man, even though he turned out to be just like any other Black man, he turned out to be trifling, but he told you in the beginning he was trifling. Did you feel differently though? I mean, did you feel that you had to do more? Oh, she's in Florida. Interaction data is big. Okay. Did you feel differently dating like a white man as opposed to a Black man? Somehow, did you feel different in the sense that you had to have like sort of a higher standard? I mean, just was it different? Like, what is the difference? That you were treated better? Now, Tubby, do you date interracially at all? I don't think you do, right? Or you tried it and you didn't like it. And it doesn't mean like necessarily even white men, there's Hispanic men, all different races. There you are. What's up? No problem. Miss Hurricane is here. That's great. We're talking about bonnets. We're talking about dating. We're talking about a little bit of everything. Even though he was a honey, he did treat you financially. Yeah, but he didn't treat you well. I mean, he was generous financially, and that's cool. But the things that matter to you, your feelings and the things you want in the commitment, he didn't treat you well. I mean, you didn't treat yourself well. Let's be honest, because he was honest in the beginning. Ms. Hurricane, you were here last week. We're talking and following up on Taylor, and the guy, she dumped him. She dumped him. Yeah, Tubby's here. What's up? Tubby and Ms. Hurricane, they're my ride or die. So now, Taylor, I hope you will be as well. So you guys, I want to know what you think. I mean, getting back to the topic, how do you think the bonnets and the pajamas and the slippers make us look to the world at large? When we dress like that, how do you think we show up in the world? Or does it matter? Is it like we can do whatever you want to do kind of thing? Don't try to police us. Every time we do something, somebody got something to say. We're not bothering anybody. I mean, some people feel that way. I'm just curious what you guys think. Yeah, you got to take the plunge. Take the plunge, Tubby. But have Black men treated you well, Tubby? I mean, that's the thing about it. I mean, it's not just a comfort or preference. I mean, have you had? I mean, there are good Black men. I'm not saying that there aren't, but has that been your experience, or has it been a situation where they are very hard to come by? Because these days, it seems as if they are. I mean, I don't get down like that, but that's what I heard, right, Taylor? No, I mean, it's true. Just based upon like all the feedback we get and all the negative criticism we get from bonnets to our way to, I mean, what did that dude tell us? You're 35, you'll never find a man, whatever. Right. Yeah, but that, and people defending looking a fool in public, but that's something that somebody like that Kevin Samuels will say, see, that's why y'all can't get men. This is why you guys have to settle. You say you want a high value man or high quality man, but this is why you don't have one. Look how you act. Yeah, same here. They've always been my preference as well. And it's weird because it's always been like that. It's not like I dated Black men and then switched over to white men. It's always been my preference. But have they been like men that you dated? Have they been high quality Black men? But you guys, speaking of that, I got to be honest with you. Like Black men don't really approach me. The guys who approach me are white. It's crazy. Now that I think about it, now that I think about it, it's very rare for a Black man to approach me. Oh, I've been busy with my grandkids and daughter. Oh, do they live with you now? Yeah, but you've got to carve out time for yourself. I don't care what it is. If it's just going out with friends, honey, I don't care if it's just a bubble bath. You have to carve out time for yourself. Yeah, they don't really approach me either. No, exactly. Isn't that tripped out? Maybe we give off that we don't want to be bothered with you, we don't date you vibe. Yeah, but don't get bogged down. I know it's great to be helpful to, grandkids and daughters and, all of that. But you have to carve out time for yourself. Because I do a lot for my niece and my nephews, because their mom is a single mom. I should say grandniece and nephews. Their mom is a single mom and all that. So I get it, I watch them, I buy school clothes, I help buy school clothes and all that stuff too. I get it. But that doesn't mean I don't take time for myself. That's just, you know what I mean? I help, but it's not like crazy excessive. Yes, Tabby. So what are you gonna do this weekend? Baby, you're not going out in a bonnet, are you? Don't make me come wherever you are and snatch you, girls. Good for you. Oh, I didn't follow up with you guys about my date. Remember, if you were here last week, remember I told you I met this guy in the grocery store and he asked me out. We switched, we exchanged numbers and he asked me out. Remember I told you that? Well, he took me out to dinner. When was it? Saturday? Saturday. We went out to dinner Saturday. First of all, he's very, very nice, white guy. He is an accountant. Nothing wrong with that. They make a lot of money. But he is like Taylor, like you said, he's in a he said flat out that, he, having dealt with COVID all year, he's not looking to get anything serious. He just want to go out and have a good time and have fun. And at this point in time, I'm with that. Now he was very upfront about it, and that's kind of like how I feel. Now, the thing is, though, I am open to a relationship. I think that's the difference between him and me. So I'll just add him to the rotation. He can take me out to dinner from time to time, and that's cool. Because he was really nice. We clicked, but we can hang out and have fun, but not that type of fun. I'm not a friends with benefit type chick. But yeah, he was really nice, but it is what it is. What do you mean? Not just my oh no, just their natural hair. Oh, okay, I got you. No bonnets. Girl, I haven't even seen my natural hair in years. I should say. But you guys, you like the blonde and everything. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the blonde wigs, because I'm just tired of wigs now. I've been wearing wigs for almost consistently for like a year and a half, because I always used to wear sew-ins. So I'm doing my own sew-in. That's why I can't be on there too long, because my frontal is conditioning. I want to do a sew-in. So I'm like today before this, I'm like, Lord, which wig am I going to wear? I just want something sewn in so I don't have to worry about it. Yes, Ms. Hurricane. I need to get back on her. I don't even post on Instagram anymore. It's terrible. Yeah, you look good, Miss Hurricane. Good for you. Good for you. No, you look great. Taylor, you have to follow her. Put your handle on there. You guys put your handle. Are you guys all on Instagram? I have two. I can't even spell it. What's your age? There you go. They come up straight up. That's right. Yeah, put your handle down. I need to get back consistent on Instagram. Because yeah, Miss Hurricane, her Instagram be lit. I'm telling you, it is. It is. It really is. I need to be more consistent like you. But believe it or not, you guys, I'm really not like a selfie type person. I'm really not. And I really need to do more in terms of taking pictures, of having people take pictures and all of that. But I have to do more in terms of, you know, self-promotion. Yep, as Ms. Hurricane. Follow her, baby. I know I follow you on one, I gotta follow you on the other. Cause yeah, honey, her Instagram is popping. What else is going on? All right, guys, so is there anything? Okay, I know what I wanted to ask you guys. So I started doing recaps of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Is that something you guys are interested in? Be honest, because if it's not, I'll stop doing it because it's very time consuming. And last time I only got like 14 views or whatever. So I'm like, you know, if you guys have no interest in it or anything, please let me know. So that's some time I can have to devote to particularly pretty and things I feel like I'm neglecting. That's my like beauty channel. So let me know. Yeah, it looks really good. A little something, something. Yeah, it's nice. Yes, I need to take a page. Where was that one when you were standing somewhere? Let me find it. But yes, let me know if you're interested because I can. Yes, work. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see Miss Hurricane do her thing? I know there's a glare, it's annoying. I love that picture. Ah, I didn't even like it. I liked it now. Person is better today and online. Okay, so we've had this. I prefer in person. That's my thing. And that's why I like, you know, that guy I met him in the grocery store, perfect. That's why I'm saying, I mean, you don't have to go out all dolled up, but you know, you got it because you never know who you might meet. And that's a perfect example. I was looking good that day, but that's what I mean. Now, online is I mean, obviously, it's a, it's a means, right? I mean, you will be able to meet people that you wouldn't meet ordinarily in your life. You just can't. It gives you more options, but you also have to be aware of it's a numbers game, and you can't afford to get caught up or emotionally attached because whoever you're speaking to, whoever you're talking to online when you first meet them, they're talking to other women, and you should be talking to other men. That's the thing. You can't take things personally if they ghost you. None of that. Yeah, because if you guys not interested in Housewives, I mean, I watch it, but these recaps are like time consuming. I'm like, look, y'all not interested. I can cut it loose. I'm like, that's taking up so much time. I like Beverly Hills, but it's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to have to watch it and write stuff down and recap it. So if you guys are not interested, I will cut it loose. I'll go ahead and hide that, and I'll be done with it and devote my time to other things because it's a lot, especially when you have like two channels. She's, oh, hey, Renee. She said, I found out online has way more reach. Yeah, I'm not a big proponent of online dating. Yeah, I'm not a fan, but I understand that it is an option. And I know people have met their spouse online, so it is possible. I can't, you know, write it off, but I agree that it's like a needle in a haystack. It's that you have, it's a numbers thing. It's just a numbers thing. Taylor, where did you meet your friend? Where did you meet him? Did you meet him online, or did you meet him through friends or whatever? My preference is to meet someone like normally, like I said, the grocery store, golf club, set up by a friend, something like that. So you know what you're getting. I mean, you obviously you don't know him as a person, but you see him, he sees you, you guys chat, you're like, okay. You don't have to, oh, does he look like his picture? None of that crap. You know, you get to feel each other out and say, like, he's cool, she's cool, let's go out, like it happened with that guy at the grocery store. It's a big difference. Now, the outcome may be the same. He's, you know, he says he's looking for something. He wasn't looking for anything serious, and I'm cool with that. That's fine. But I mean, we can still, I'll let him take me out to dinner. It'd never be anything beyond that. Go play golf together, go to a movie. I don't have a problem with that. Because right now, I'm just getting out. I was in, you know, like everybody else, in quarantine for an entire year. I'm trying to explore my options too. But there's a lot of that, especially now coming out of quarantine. People want to mingle. People want to be single and mingle. Hell, some want to be married and mingle, you know, and you can't fault anybody for that. And you should be that way too at this point. I mean, I'm not trying to, but for me, I mean, I'm just getting out of the house. I'm just starting to get out. So I'm not trying to be tied down to anybody right now. It's just, that's healthy. Yeah, it has nothing wrong with saying hello and making contact. Absolutely. Real life is better, but for some people, you know, depending on where you live, it may be easier to go online, but you have to have a certain mindset. It is an option. And that's not to say that you can't meet somebody nice online. Other people have met their spouses. But I mean, it is what it is. There are a lot of janky people on there, male and female. A lot of people because I did online dating a few years ago. And to me, it was just a lot. I don't like the word back, but people who have unresolved issues with their ex. You know, that's the thing. People who are like defensive. But then again, I met some nice guys too. It just didn't work out. So try it. If you've never done, try it. You know, that's my experience. A lot of people have had that experience. You have to go into it with a certain mindset though, that you're just gonna have fun and just, you know, you can't take it too seriously. And especially in the beginning, you can't do it. An older Black woman. Right. That's why I'm telling you, you have to be open to expanding your horizon. You have to widen your dating pool. You know, I love Serena Williams. I love her. And she said the same thing. She never thought she would marry a white man. She never thought she would marry a white man, but look how it turned out. You never know. Oh yeah, you have to be thick skinned. And Taylor, I don't think you're ready for that yet. You need to take some time alone leave that cop alone, you know, take some time to yourself because you're not ready. You're not ready, especially after this last experience. You're too raw. It's too new. You need to rebuild yourself before you're ready for online. Because it's like the wild, wild west out there. So you've got to have your self-esteem intact. You got to be able to cut them loose. And, you know, you have to have standards, you know, because some of them just want to like, just trying to get, you know, just there for sex. You know, and you got to be strong enough not to fall for the okie doke. But then again, if that's what you want, I mean, that's fine. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. But don't get attached because they won't be getting attached to you. Yeah, you can't take things personally. I know it's hard to say, well, he ghosted me. How do I not take that personally? You just can't. As a Black woman. Oh my gosh, we were just discussing that. We were just saying that. I don't attract Black men either. Taylor and I, we date. Well, I think Miss Hurricane does now. We date white men exclusively, and that is. We were just saying that is what I attract. Rarely attract a Black man. Rarely. Hey, Denny. Rarely do I attract Black men. It's white men primarily, and then Hispanic. That's so crazy. We were just talking about that, right, girls? Hey, Denny, welcome, welcome. We're talking about all kinds of things, bonnets and everything. Now we're talking about online dating and versus meeting someone in person and all of that. And the men we date and our preferences and all of that. You know, Girl Talk Live. My mouth is so dry. It's so funny that you said that. We were just discussing that. That I don't attract Black men. Was it Ms. Hurricane, Taylor? Jenny, what was good yesterday? I'm sorry. Jenny, what was good yesterday? I'm sorry. Okay, almost 7 already. How the sign? I think that how if he includes you in his life, you know, if he's really interested in you, he will ask. For example, he will ask for opinion on things. He will, first of all, he will be kind to you. He will want your attention. He won't be texting on his phone. He will engage with you. He will treat you well. If you don't want to crawl in bed after 2 weeks or whatever, he will respect that. He will respect your boundaries. He will appreciate your standards. Because there are so many women out there that will give it up in a heartbeat. He will be consistent. That's the big thing. He will be consistent. You know, he won't be to those, you know, call you 2-3 days and 1 week and then you don't hear from him for 2 weeks. He will be consistent. Yeah, you gotta fess them, but you have to take them time. You have to take your time. But then again, not see everyone as like a bad guy, because you could actually meet someone that is a truly good guy. So you can't go, you have to go in like open-minded. You can't go in thinking, well, everybody's a jerk or everybody's just trying to get laid. But, you know, because there are a lot of people that are, but then there are other people that, you know, are looking for a relationship. There are a lot of people who spent, you know, like the whole COVID thing, the whole quarantine. A lot of people were like, I can't wait to get out and be single and mingle. But then a lot of men were like, wow, they used that time to reflect and said, like, okay, at this point, I really want to be with someone. I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. And you know, that there are both of those type of guys out there. You know, like they weren't ready before, but like this whole year changed their mind. But for me, I don't focus so much on what they say, focus on what they do and how they treat you. That's right. I don't mess with the cheap man. I just can't do it. And I think you guys, Ms. Hurricane, you already know, like, and when I met someone online, I've never done the Starbucks thing. Never, ever. And you guys, everyone is different. If you feel more comfortable doing that, that's fine. But I have always, always, always met someone for dinner. Always met someone for a nice dinner, because I'm saying, like, I am investing my time in you. And it goes both ways. I'm not going to go and meet you for coffee. And consistently, you know, if you would be surprised, you guys, if of what you can get if you have the balls to ask for it. You know what I mean? You would be surprised. A lot of women just don't, you would be surprised at what you can get, but a lot of women don't expect it. They don't require it. Well, but then again, you say you can't be with the short man, but that what if the short man was the love of your life? See, we can't do that. Women do that. And we eliminate good men. I mean, let's be honest. We eliminate, if that short man could be the love of your life, he could be high value, high quality, treat you like a queen, but you're going to write him off just because he's short. I mean, you have to change that mindset. I had to change mine. I was just thinking about this yesterday. Girl, there was a time when I'm like, I won't date a man with a red car. I won't date a man with a red car. And I won't date a man who had like a bumper sticker on his car. I can't stand that. That's how it was. And if you had a red car, if you had a bumper sticker, I wrote you off completely. But that's crazy if you think about it. And then we wonder, well, we can't find a good man. That good man could be right around you, but he's 5'5" instead of like 6'5". Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially if he's short, shoot. He has to compensate for things. He knows that, oh man, I'm competing against these 6 feet guys, so I gotta do a little more. Yeah, not the red car. Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, like going back to the dinner thing, I'm like, I don't do the Starbucks thing. I mean, if you want to take me out, you have to take me out on a date. I was just very candid with that, and everyone did. No one, I mean, and we always talk. I didn't do the text thing. I always had to speak to them, and every single one did. And I mean, nice dinners, nice dinners. One guy, we went golfing. He had my golf swing announced. We went to the city. We did a boat cruise, a yacht cruise. It was fabulous. First date. Like I said, people, you would be surprised at what you can get if you ask for it. But then you have to ask for it from a certain type of man. My ex told me he loved me when I held him. But yeah, you got to hold him accountable. And you don't want to be a nag, but you have to have standards and let them know if they do something they get out of pocket. You got to let them know. How are they going to know? I mean, you say it in a nice way, but you have to let them know. Again, you would be surprised what you can get if you ask for it. They don't know. There's some people that just don't know. Yes, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Someone who makes an effort. He's interested in you because he makes an effort. He takes time out of his week, out of his day to, like, 4-hour drive. That's a lot. But seeing you means that much to him. He's definitely, that's what I'm saying. But your type can change by the way he treats you. She's scared to ask. But once you do it, especially if you're with a certain type of man, and that's what I'm saying about white men, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I mean, even though Taylor, yours turned out to be whatever, he didn't mind throwing down financially, did he? I mean, oh, my mouth is so dry. I just don't deal with broke men. And I'm not saying you guys know this, he has to be on Wall Street, because there's nothing wrong with a blue collar man, because they have money. They have money too, but there is no way I'm going to go Dutch. I'm going to split the bill with you. None of that. I'm not doing any of that. If you want to take me out on a date, take me out on a date. And honestly, no one I've ever gone out with, that's never been an issue, because I don't date that type of dude. And that's not to say as time goes on, you shouldn't do little things for him to show your appreciation, because you should. It can't be a one-way street, because everybody likes to be appreciated. But he has to show you that he's willing to invest something in you. That, 4-hour drives lets you know he's willing to invest in you. Absolutely. And that's what I mean. Those are the women who stand out, the ones that don't give it up. Those are the ones they have to pursue. Those are the women that stand out. Because I mean, these days, like, sex is nothing to people. It's sad to say. These guys can go get sex pretty much from anyone. It's the woman who doesn't give it up that stands out. These girls always have any okay, yeah. Oh, she said Pookies and Ray Rays. No. But you got to leave the Pookies and Ray Rays now alone, because you know that they're Pookies and Ray Rays now. And now you've got, I mean, that's not just Black men. Taylor had a Pookie and a Ray Ray too, and he was white. Never walk away. And that's the thing, never be afraid to walk away. You know, I tell my nieces, the most important thing you have to learn right now is to say no without feeling guilty, without hesitation, without feeling bad, worrying about the other person's feeling. Say no. It's very liberating. It will keep you safe. It will help you maintain your standards. Yeah. And part of the power is being able simply to say no. And not going along just to get along. And being in a situation, allowing someone to put you in a situation. Well, when you say allowing someone, yeah, allowing someone to put you in a situation you don't want to be in, things you don't do, things you don't want to do. Because people like that don't respect you, and that could really be dangerous, something like physically dangerous. That could bring you harm. Especially when if you meet these guys online, you don't know what's going on. And never, ever, ever, if you do this, you always meet them out. Never invite anybody to your home. He'll say, oh, I'd like to pick you up like a gentleman. Thank you. But I prefer to meet you. And don't make him, and then the guy like that will try to make you feel bad about, oh, you know, things like that. Don't fall for it. Meet him at the restaurant or something like that. You don't want anybody who you don't know picking you up at your home. No way. I know what you mean. Yeah, absolutely. And so a lot of these men have a chip on their shoulders from being burned by other women, and now they've already decided that they've already chosen to be jerks to any woman going forward. Everyone else is going to pay for it. Don't feel sorry for them is right. Do not feel sorry for them. Because you know what? After they use you or whatever, you set your standards and you say no, they're going to go right on to the next victim. That's why, Miss Taylor, you have to take some time for yourself. Because online dating, I mean, it can be fun if you have the right mindset. But if you're a person who's like emotionally, like you're just too raw right now, I can see you getting caught up again. You just have to take some time. Because if you are self-esteem challenged, it's going to be rough for you online. Oh yeah, of course. The women too. But then again, you say serial daters. If you are single and you date, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're single, and when people say serial daters, I mean, what does that even mean? If you haven't met anyone you're going to date, especially if you're dating online, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you mean men who are on there for years and just looking for dates? I think everyone pretty much on the Match.coms and all of those, they're pretty much serial daters. I mean, you're a dater until you find someone, right? You're dating until you're not, until you're like in a relationship with someone. It's like you're single till you're married. You know, it's like if you're not in a relationship, if you are on that site, you are a serial dater. which is not necessarily it's not a bad thing. It's like, what are you going to do? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Girl, you've been watching my videos. Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. Remember I told you the guy I just had dinner with on Saturday? What did I say? I'm gonna add him to the roster. You have to have a roster. And so you don't get attached, so you can have fun. Just have because I can assure you they have rosters, especially if you meet them online. I can assure you, you are not the only one. And just like I said, give yourself options. Go out with the short guy that you claim is not your type. Why? You never know. He may be the love of your life. He may be that high quality man who will treat you like a queen. That you're writing him off just because he's short. Go out with him. Go out with the tall guy that you like. Go out with the black guy, the Hispanic guy, the Asian guy. Mix it up. You see, but if you say you can't do it, then you won't be able to do it. And so, okay, so I mean, again, I'm not a fan of online dating. I haven't done it in years. But if you're challenged to find men over, where you are, if it's difficult, then you have to expand your horizon. And although I mean, I can't say I can't encourage it because I'm not a fan of it, but it is an option. Then you do like go to the gym? Do you? Oh, okay. Jenny, Beverly Hills housewife. Okay, we just brought this up. I know we're going all over the place, but have you guys been watching? I've been doing recaps of Real Housewives of exactly dated Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Are you guys interested in that? Because if not, let me know. Oh, you do? Oh, you have a huge delay? Sorry. Because it says excellent connection. I don't know. Are you guys hearing me okay? I think there is a delay between like YouTube and Zoom because when I go live on Zoom, I go live on YouTube, but there is a delay. I have to wait like 30 seconds and then it pops in. But my connection is excellent. You guys, let me know what you guys think of these Real Housewives recaps. I don't even know if you've even watched them. If you're not interested, if you don't watch them, I can cut it loose because they are very time consuming. All right, you guys, we got 15 more minutes. Okay, good. Good. You can hear me fine. I love these chats. I love it. I know we sort of get off topic and everything, but I love it. I love when we talk about everything. It's great. So you guys let me know if you guys want me to continue recapping that because I will cut it loose. Because I just want to enjoy this season. Then I'm writing everything down. I'm like, well, people might want to hear that. I can add that. But if you guys not interested, I will just enjoy watching the show because I'm just like, because it's good this season. I used to reality TV. That used to be my thing. It really did. I used to watch all the Real Housewives, Shaw's of Sunset, Vanderpump Rules. I didn't watch anything else but that. But I got bored with it. It's like now I don't watch Real Housewives. I haven't watched Real Housewives of Atlanta in like 3 years. I don't watch anything except Beverly Hills and Shaw's of Sunset. That's it. I don't watch anything else. And reality TV, that was pretty much the only thing I watched. But those are the only two. I can't think of any. Oh, I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but not regularly. But I always watch that from time to time, but not regularly. But yeah, I will cut it loose. Y'all let me know. Because my last one got like 14 views. I'm like, oh, that's too much work for 14 views. So you guys, now that we are out of quarantine, what are you guys planning to do? Are you guys gonna? Oh yes, oh yes, the Shahs of Sunset. That show is bomb. That one is never boring. Shahs of Sunset. That is never boring. They have such a good ensemble, such a good cast, because they've been friends forever. Oh, I just streamed too, girl. I've had my Roku since 2016. I've had it before before it became popular. Yeah, listen. Yeah, I love Shaws of Sunset. Yeah, I just stream too. I have my Roku device. I stream all my content, everything. I used to have DirecTV. It was at the beginning of 2016. They raised my, and I didn't even have like HBO. They raised my bill. It was going to be like 100 and something a month. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I got the Roku started because I was like, okay, how do you do this? But it was awesome. Streaming soon, as long as you have internet, you're straight. You don't even have, if you're not interested, you don't have to buy like Netflix unless you want to, Hulu. You don't have to do, and the thing is, you can get a subscription. If you don't like it, you can end it. They've got a lot of free trials. I can't, cable is passe. I don't understand why anybody has cable anymore. It's just not necessary to pay all that money. Taylor, you said yes. Yes to what? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, there's no reason to have cable. Get yourself a Roku device. As long as you have internet, you're straight. You can get it on Amazon. I've had this since, okay, 5 years. I've always been ahead of my time. No, but before it became popular, I had it because I was like that DirecTV bill. I'm like, nope. And then I sort of heard about it and I'm like, okay, let me try. And I've been streaming ever since. All you have to do is get a device, connect it to your internet, and you are straight. They have a lot of their own shows, so you really don't need, if you don't want to, you don't need Netflix or Hulu. You really don't need any add-ons or HBO Max or anything like that. You truly do not need it. But some people like to add, like I have Netflix, even though I don't really watch it. But it's only like $13 a month. Are you an Amazon Prime member? Because if you are, they have their own channel free of charge, Prime Video. So instead of Netflix, you can have that, and it's excellent. And that is, you don't have to pay for it. As long as you have Prime membership with Amazon, it comes with it. Yeah, I watch YouTube also, but get rid of cable. There's no reason to have it. There's no reason to pay that monthly bill. Get a Roku. You have internet, and that's it. Set it up, and you'll have all these options. It's super easy. And it doesn't cost you anything. You buy your Roku once and that's it. You don't have to pay monthly for it or anything. It's crazy. Tubby, what do you have? Do you have a Roku or do you have, I know Apple has one, but I just use the Roku. Yeah, get rid of cable. Please get rid of cable. That's a bill you don't have to have. You really don't. You really don't. And you can stream, you can watch YouTube on your TV. Instead of like a laptop, you can watch it on your TV. Anything you can stream, you can watch on your TV. It's awesome. It really is awesome. And you will have no monthly bill. Like if you have HBO, you can get HBO Max, which is excellent. I mean, you can see movies at the theater before they come out, or the same week they come out. It's crazy. And it's like, what, $15 a month? You have no commitment. If you're like, oh, I'll try it, you don't like it, you can just shut it off. Yeah, Netflix. And then I have Netflix, and of course I have Prime, because that comes with my Amazon membership, and I have Sling TV. I have Sling for to watch the Real Housewives. Yeah, Amazon Prime is Bond, and it's free. It comes with your membership. And it's like Netflix. It's like they have great movies, series. They have sports. They have like Emmy-winning series. I mean, amazing. She said she has zero interest. Me too, girl. I'm the same way. So I can't even say anything. I can't say a word. And it's weird about that. I mean, I've always been this way about not dating Black men. I don't know why, but I've always been this way. My dad was a Black man, but he was awesome. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I've just never been interested. I'm not physically attracted to Black men. And it's crazy how many people are, these white girls and Black women buying for Black men, doing all this stuff. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Never have. I know it sounds weird, but I don't see it. I've never felt that way. But girl, please get rid of cable. Please get rid of cable. Go to Amazon after this and key in Roku. Get one. Get rid of your cable. It's just nobody needs cable anymore. It's just no one needs it. Let me check my time. Ooh, I got 5 more minutes, you guys. Oh, I gotta get this hair together. But next time, y'all, like the old song, next time you see me, things won't be the same. Yeah, I mean, I love the blonde, but I'm kind of bored with it now. It's time for a change. It's time for a change. Yeah, it's just never been my thing. And then we have women on here who have exclusively dated Black men, which is, I mean, as a Black woman, that is the norm. So for some of, like, for example, Tubby, it's a challenge for you to sort of expand your dating pool. But that's okay. You got to do it. It's fun. It's fun. Don't worry about cultural differences and all that stuff, because the men who date Black women have dated Black women before. I'd say 8 out of 10. Oh yeah, I mean, I got like, oh girl, last week was like 2 hours. Last week was like 2 hours. She says, I gotta cut it short because I gotta go to the store Sally's before they close. But yeah, last week was popping. Last week was popping, right, Taylor? Last week was popping. It was over 2 hours. It was over 2 hours. Because Taylor was kind enough to share and all her story and everything. And we got down in it. Yeah, we were there for 2 hours. It was good. It was excellent. This is excellent. I like just chit-chatting with you guys. I know a lot of people in their lives, they're like, I don't know. I really don't watch too many, but others is just like they're like drilled down into like the specific topic. Although last week we were about why can't you cut them loose? We were. Girl, remember when I first started UNW, you guys remember? You should go back to that first video, my first live, you guys. I used to be a hot mess, but I kept at it. I kept at it, and now I got it. I was a mess. I was so shook. I took, like, remember I messed up and I was like, oh my God. And then I was like shook. I'm like, should I do this on Instagram? I took like a couple weeks off. I'm like, no, no, no. Other people can do this. I can do it too. But even all of this, you guys, I am a naturally shy person. I really am. You wouldn't believe it. I really am a naturally shy person. I am like an introvert too. But I just kind of evolved. And this was, this is something I've, challenged myself to do. I'm like, why not? And I never really had an interest in. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to start a YouTube channel. I know, because I was always worried about technical difficulties. Like, Lord. I mean, once we got the conversation going, that was good. But in the beginning, I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was scary. But now I've overcome that. I mean, I still have moments at the beginning. I'm not going to lie. It's still there a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But I can manage it better. Yeah, I was a hot mess, but look how much I've evolved and grown. You got to admit that, right? That tells you anyone can do it. Yeah, but Taylor, don't get too caught up though. I think you need time alone. Do you ever are you a woman that has to be, and some people are, look at Jennifer Lopez. Are you the type of woman that has to, you want to always have to have a man? You feel as if you always have to have a man? No judgment. We're not judging, because but it's so important to be able to be alone and regroup. Thank you, Ms. Hurricane. Because I've grown a lot. And this tells you right here, you guys, if I can do it, you can do it. Just starting channels. My family was like, I would never thought you would have done that, because I was always so shy. But you have to challenge yourself to do different things that are out of your comfort zone. And this is definitely out of my comfort zone. But it's cool. It's fun. It's been, I enjoy it now. I feel more confident now. All right, y'all, I got to hit the road. I hate to cut you short, but I got to get the salads before they close. You guys, I'm doing my hair. Like I said, I love the blonde. It looks good, but I got to change it up. It's time. It's time. I got to get rid of the wig so I can have something in my hair. All right, you guys, join me next week. This is a bomb live. I love it. You guys, you didn't answer me about the Real Housewives. Should I keep recapping or cut it loose? Because I only got 14 views, and that's a lot of work for 14 views. Bye, you guys. I love you. You guys are so awesome. You guys are so awesome. Thank you guys for riding with me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, y'all. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and have fun, you guys. Get out and have some fun.